Is remember us this way. And a honey high. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Ba-do-do-do. Wish I knew the words to this song. I was just driving down from my home here in Naperville to the beautiful downtown Naperville, and was listening to Remember Us This Way by from this movie A Star Is Born. And it's a beautiful song and is my practice. I was singing along, kind of making up the words as I went along. But then I felt kind of silly making up the words for you guys live here. I'll show you where we're at. Again, I'm coming at you. Good morning to everybody, anybody that's joining me today. Let's see what we're doing here. I'll tell you why we're here in a minute. Good morning, Jack Taylor. Hope you got my text. Why did the cell phone wear glasses? Because it lost all its context. Not bad. Here we are at the famous covered bridge. And behind me, you'll see I think it's called the Dandelion Fountain. I'm here in downtown Naperville. My name's Ken Tracy. Good morning to you. And this is Coffee with Ken. This is my merchandise, my crap I'm carrying with you. What I put up, what I suffer for my art. Dare I call this my art? Hold on, hang with me. I'm going to put you down right here. I'm going to set up my little station. I'm still here, don't go anywhere. This is a little show that I have been doing for quite some time. It's a show about me talking. It's cold out today, by the way. It's a show about me sharing some experiences, some feelings, some emotions. For those that have been watching a while, you know it's also a show about me. Let me get ready. Bear with me. My intro might be a little choppy this morning. It's also a show. Ow! You ever bite your tongue? I just nipped it a little bit. It kind of really hurts. I think that's God's way of playing a joke on us, biting our tongue. No, Pete, I did not bring the candle. Let me finish my introduction. For those that have been watching a while, you know it's a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And with that in mind, I have a nice hot purple Yeti. Purple's my favorite color. It's such a beautiful combination of red and blue. And I'm so excited to have my first sip. I haven't had any in about an hour and change. I'll get to that in a little bit. I hope wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you got some a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. Oh. It's a cold one today. Not that cold. Let's have a little more coffee. So good. It's a vanilla hazelnut for anybody that cares. The Starbucks, I brought a towel to sit my butt down. Gonna try and wet. My God, these tables, they're not bad, but they're made for little people. I'm in beautiful downtown Naperville today. It is a town, as I often tell you, about 145,000 people, located about 35 miles. Is that okay for now? I'll probably move around. I'll probably tinker with it a little bit. Give you different views. Can you see the covered bridge? Maybe I'll slide down here, get in the light a little more. But I'm in downtown Naperville today. For those that were watching last night, I went live, was on for a while. Where I live seems to be a void in cell phone activity for Verizon, my cell company. And the signal on my phone kind of sucks in my home, which is really unfortunate for a guy without Wi-Fi that's trying to operate strictly on cell phone. But the signal doesn't work too well. So the signal was coming in and out, and it was distracting. And apparently the visuals were muted or stopped. And you could hear my voice, and I was eating peanuts, and I was breathing, gasping for air. And I don't know. It's just kind of frustrating for the viewers and for me alike. So I thought, while I was on my morning walk with my beautiful dog, Holly, who is not here. Somebody asked if Holly was here today, and honestly, I thought about bringing her. But I've got, I'll show you what I brought. I brought my boxes of Entenmann's, but oh, surprise, there's some bagels in there. There's a few donuts. Couple oranges, and my purple Yeti. So I have fairly stock full of. My hands were full, I guess. My hands were full, and I didn't want to be dealing with Holly. Although, when I get a little better at this, and when I get a little more practiced, maybe someday I'll be able to bring Holly. I mean, she does my coffee with Ken's when I'm by the park by my house. She just gets so excited when I bring her to downtown. I mean, there's not many people walking. It's a quiet morning here. It's a quiet morning. Obviously, it's February 25th. So it's going to be kind of a quiet morning. We got a fresh coat of snow. I'm going to take you. Can I take you for a little bit of a walk? I'm going to just hey, you're welcome. I am not working today. I thought I had my daughter's track meet. I'm going to walk you around a little bit, maybe. See if I can get down to the river. I'm going to be a little dangerous. I thought I had my daughter Erin's track meet today, but it turns out she doesn't have a meet today. So I did not work today. And honestly, I have almost a total day off of just kind of enjoying the day, moving a little slow. This is totally dangerous. I'm walking down a snowy hill with completely treadless, whatever these are, tennis shoes, kind of, sort of. If I fall, it'd make for good live video. But if I fall and threw my phone into the river, the quality of live video would drop a little bit. So anyway, I'm here in downtown Naperville by our beautiful river walk. The water's kind of murky and high today. There's some goose poop there. We got a lot of birds here. There's signs up that say, don't feed the wildlife. Let me tell you, people feed the wildlife just the same. And it's kind of neat being down here today because it's so quiet. And in a warmer month, the sun's shining. This place is just packed full of, I like this word, by the way. Catch me with this word. Passers-by. I like because you pluralize the passer, not the by. Some people might mistakenly call it passerbys. Oh, not those in the know. Those in the know call it passers-by. Just like brothers-in-law. It's not brother-in-laws, it's brothers-in-law. Now, I'm 6'2", as some of you know, and I'm underneath. I don't know how many of these covered wood bridges we have here in Naperville, but they're really cool. And in the summer, and you won't be able to see it behind me, in the summer, they have flowers planted along there. And look, please do not feed geese, ducks, and other wildlife. May cause aggressive behavior towards people. Just picturing a duck mauling a family of tourists. I was attacked by a duck. I say that tongue-in-cheek because ducks seem rather harmless. But I'll tell you what, geese kind of scare the crap out of me. Those geese are huge. I wonder how big they'd be with their feathers plucked. Probably wouldn't be so bad with their feathers. Should I walk across the bridge and walk back? Since I'm here and I'm out, but I'm leaving my food. I'm leaving my food and my coffee. I'm going to put you down here, and this is very dangerous. I'm putting you down. Look where I'm putting you. Hey, there we are. I'm in the midst of a covered bridge. I'll give you a better angle. This is silly. You guys know I got shaky hands. It's cold out, and I'm going to do a little dancing. I don't know if this is really dancing. That's all I have for you this morning. That's my dancing for this morning. I'm going to walk to the other side of the bridge. I'm going to walk back. Going to sip some coffee. Going to eat a bagel. Going to maybe peel an orange. Although my fingers are getting kind of cold. Do the floss dance. I used to know the floss dance. I actually did a little bit. My girls hated when I did it. Again, I walked here with a friend yesterday. A very dear friend. A very cold friend who wasn't appropriately dressed for the cool weather that we're having. I'm going to go by the Dick Tracy statue. You know what I like about Dick Tracy? Does everyone know what I like about Dick Tracy? His name. Not his first name. I'd struggle with the name. I mean, I'm a little too immature to be named Richard. Or certainly to be called Dick. You know what I mean? That's Water Street. It is about a block of beautiful newer buildings that was probably built, 5-6 years ago. Hotel Indigo, Blue Sushi, the 64 Wine Club. There's a great Greek place in there. Again, Hotel Indigo kind of, what's it called? I'll be able to read the sign. Santo Cielo, just a beautiful, beautiful restaurant with beautiful views, is up top, and I'll show you real quickly. You won't be able to see it, but it's up there. And in the summer months or the nice months, they can open the windows and you can see all the way to the city, and you'll get great sunsets up there. And hold on, I'm going to go harass some women running. Show you that not all of Naperville is asleep. You see those women running? Way to go, ladies! You're looking good!
Thank you.
Woohoo, woohoo, woohoo! I don't know if you can even see them. I'm a big encourager. Whenever anybody runs by, I used to be a runner. Kind of got a bad knee now, so I don't run anymore. But I still love cheering people on. I love going to... Uh-oh. Hold on. Hang with me. What happened? Are you still there? There you are. Woohoo. Thought I lost you for a second. Wouldn't that be terrible? Great Wi-Fi connection. I'm going to try and eat a little something. Joy awake. Next time, woman. Hey, sweetness. Hello, Yvonne. Thank you all so much for joining. So anyway, it's Saturday morning. It's about 33 degrees. We got a light dusting of snow. I got a little squirrel coming on over to check out what I'm doing here. For real, run faster. Kick it in the gear. You cold? I'm a little cold. My fingers are. Good morning, Lorden. Hello there. Hello, Ms. Joan. I'm sorry I haven't been talking to you all like I usually do. I was giving you the tour. This orange is very cold. It's not warming me up at all. I have no idea how long I'll talk to you for. Hello, Natalie Mason. I know Natalie Mason. Can we just talk about how you just hit into that orange? I don't know what you mean. Look at this. I got a little friend. Can you see him? Can you see my little friend? It's kind of funny. I came here, exact same spot, this summer to do it. And apparently, there's a band of like older dudes, I mean, probably my age-ish, and they bring their instruments, and I forget what kind of instruments. Were they tubas, or was it brass, or was it guitars, or whatever? And it started playing right at the beginning of my Coffee with Ken show. And I wanted to say, hey guys. But I mean, they come here every Saturday. And me, it's just a gimmick. It's just a gimmick to spice up my show. It's really not a gimmick to spice up my show. It's not even a gimmick because I need the connection. Look at this. I've got a little green dot in the upper right corner of my screen saying good connection. It's like a rock. It won't change. In my home, I can't tell you the stress that gives me. I can't tell you the stress that gives me. Look at this guy. Hold on, he's coming to get me. He's coming to eat me. You know what squirrels are? Rats with cute tails. Anyone see... Did anyone see Inglourious Bastards? And did anyone see Inglourious Bastards? Pretty darn good movie. And it had been out for several years. I think Brad Pitt's a great actor. I mean, it's not fair how good-looking that dude is. It's just not fair how good-looking that guy is. I mean, it's not fair. He should spread out the good-looking amongst the rest of us normal human beings a little bit. But if there weren't Brad Pitts of the world... I don't know. But he's a good actor. Yeah, he is. It's not fair. I mean, and he's perfect build. Ripped muscles. I mean, he's like 60 and he's gorgeous. The Marietta family is from Naperville. Enough about Brad Pitt. My man Marky Mark might get a little jealous. I've talked about it before. I got thank you, Yvonne. I've got a man crush on Marky Mark. And it's not really Marky Mark. It's Mark Wahlberg. And I'm sure he's moved past his Marky Mark days. I don't know how many people out there are old enough to remember Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. And I think he did like Calvin Klein ads because he too is muscle bound and what have you. And anyway, he got on TikTok recently. And he was just there doing a video in the morning. It was like 4 a.m. and he was doing a video. And hello, ladies. How are you? It's a beautiful day for a walk. What was I saying? Oh, so we were sitting there doing this, getting ready for his workout, saying it's 4 a.m. He pulled up his shirt to show his six-pack. He acted like that wasn't the purpose, but he was doing it to show his six-pack. I won't hold it against him. If I had a six-pack, I'd probably be walking around with my shirt off all the time, too. But anyway, I commented, hey, Mark, great to see you here on TikTok. I have a man crush on you. Hope he understands when I say a man crush doesn't mean I want to date him or anything, but just means one of the few dudes that I think is pretty darn cool. A couple men running by. Somebody just said I can get a six-pack. I would have to work too hard to get a six-pack. Getting a six-pack's not that important to me, to be honest with you. You know, I want to eat what I want to eat. I want to get in a little better shape. I've done so many things I've been working on in my life over the last year and a half. And one of the things I haven't done is work out a heck of a lot. And I still don't plan to. You know, I don't know. I just don't feel like going to the gym every day. And watching what I eat. Speaking of watching what I eat, let me take a sip of coffee. Still so hot and still so good. Do they ice fish there? Not on this river, of course. I mean, it's got to be really cold for a river to freeze solid. What should I eat? Bagel with cream cheese. That's what we're starting with. I'm going to put the phone back down. There is no way I'm going to get a Peloton. There is no way I would get a Peloton. It's a long story. They got really popular. That stock got really popular during COVID when people were trapped at home and gyms were shut and everyone was watching TV and they'd start advertising, hey, thank you so much for following the host. And the stock was at like $160 at the high or something like that. It was crazy. And I I almost think analysts that work for all these financial planning companies are in on this scam to pump up stock prices to ridiculous levels. And they were acting like everyone in the world's going to own a Peloton. And we're all going to sit at home and all take the training classes and all ride the bikes. And it's funny because I bet against it several times about 2 years ago when the stock was at 140 or 50. And honestly, I bought what's called options. And the problem with options is you're placing a bet, but those bets expire fairly quickly. And I might be getting too financed for you. But those options expire, and mine expired worthless. And about 6 months later, the stock went from like 144 to like 30. And, given that I was so right on the movement of the stock, and now the stock's at like 10 or 7 or something like that. Given I was so right on the movement of the stock that I said it was going down, and it did, and I still lost all my money, that's kind of frustrating. Yeah, shorting. But shorting's scary, Brittany. You're a smart lady. I think, Brittany, you are my soulmate from Wales. Shorting's scary. I've been short stocks before. Hello, Brad Clark. But it's kind of hard to sleep when you're short a stock. It's cool when you're up on it right away. But when you're actually short a stock, that means you're selling the stock without actually owning it, promising to buy it back at a future time. You can lose endless amounts of money. Good morning, Ty. I don't think I did see Casino Royale. Way to go, ladies! A couple more women running by. I know, when I used to run, having people cheer for me always made me feel really good. When I was struggling, I don't know, sometimes it would get me through to the end. There was a couple, I ran a bunch of marathons. I don't know, maybe not quite 10, but I bet it was probably 8. There was 1 or 2 marathons that I ran, one maybe in particular, that no amount of cheering got me to the finish line. I mean, I got to the finish line in all of them, but I just had nothing. I just had absolutely nothing at the end of those races, or that race especially. And I was staggering in. Wasn't pretty. It's really tough at mile like 15 or 16 when you go, I'm in some serious trouble. Way to go, sir! He didn't even look my way. I don't know if he's wearing earbuds or he doesn't like encouragement. My PR in the marathon is 2:43:27. Do I like to swim? No, I do not like to swim. I mean, when it's hot outside, I like to frolic in the water, but I don't like to swim laps particularly. What age on my first marathon? 18. I ran it. I was running at University of Illinois, and I walked on to the cross-country team, and during the season, near the end of the season, I think at the time the Chicago Marathon might have been done in mid-October or something like that. And I'd never done a marathon. I don't think I'd ever run over 13 miles before. And I ran a marathon. And it was so weird. It might have been like 12 was my record distance run at one stop. Even running in college, you never run 20 miles in college. There's really no reason to run 20 miles, a whole heck of a lot. Thank you, Joy. No, I would drown in the Ironman. Somebody asked if I'd do the Ironman. I would drown. And I told you I just started telling you my Peloton story. Biking's not my strength either. But hold on. So I went up and ran the Chicago Marathon once and ran, I think, a 2:55:12, my very first marathon when I was 18 years old. And to be honest, and I don't want... I think the marathon's kind of an easy event. And that's going to sound weird, and you're going to think, oh, I'm thinking I'm cool. It's not that I think I'm cool. It's just you don't run fast enough in the marathon to be huffing and puffing. I don't know if that makes sense to you. If you're running hard enough that you're breathing hard, you're running too hard. And... where if you run a 5K, which is 3.1 miles, or a 10K, or even a 10-miler, you're running fast enough where you're breathing kind of hard, and you're going to be hurting the whole way. I'll tell you, most of the marathon, Again, don't get mad at me. Most of the marathon, you're just loving it. You're loving it because you're going, for you, a relatively slow pace. And I ran the 2:43. As I said, that's 6 minutes and 12 seconds a mile for 26 miles, which seems kind of crazy because I couldn't do 1 mile that fast. But I tell you what, when you're in really good shape, running, 6-minute miles, this is me running, if I was in really good shape, running miles at that time. My first mile, I think, and that was either 5:43 or 5:38 or something like that. I go, ooh, that's too fast. I have to slow down. But it felt like I was walking because I was really in good shape. So I slowed down intentionally. And again, you can't, if you're breathing hard in the marathon, you're going to be in a whole lot of trouble, and you don't want to be in a whole lot of trouble. So for most of the run, you're going, hey, I'm jogging. You feel like you're jogging out there, and you're milking the crowds, and the crowds at Chicago Marathon were great, and there were areas along the race that went through various ethnic neighborhoods, and you went through Chinatown and Little Italy and Boys Town, and I'll tell you what, the people in Boys Town really got out for the event. They probably still do. But they would go crazy and dressed up and, I don't know, various stuff. Start a summer run. I don't think I want to run. I don't think I can run. I think my running days are over, and I don't want you guys to shed a tear for me. Have I ever been to Canada? Yes. I've been to Niagara Falls. I've been to Canada a few times. I don't want to run, I don't think. I think my running days are over. I got a kind of a bad right knee. I think I tore some cartilage and had a little knee surgery on it. I don't know, 15 years ago maybe 20. Time flies when you're old. I'm not that old. I'm 54. You guys want to see where we're at again? I dropped my bagel. And I talked about it last night. I believe God made dirt. And dirt don't hurt. Anyway, here we are. Beautiful Naperville. It's really kind of cool being down here today. It's not too cold. Good luck on the surgery. Surgeries are a bummer because you never quite get it all the way back. Did I try cortisone shots? No. I haven't tried cortisone shots. But that's something that would numb the pain. Is that correct, Shannon? It might numb the pain for a while, and you can be able to run on it. It seems like you might be able to do some structural damage to your joints while you're doing that. I kind of wish I could run. Nothing almost blows off steam. I want to talk to you about spinning class real quickly, and I think I brought it up before. Somebody asked about the Ironman. Rejuvenate it? Okay. No, it's not so debilitating. Abe, thank you so much. Are you going to visit Joy in Austin? That's strange. I'm going to have some coffee. It's cold. My coffee wasn't open. Oh, Abe, have a wonderful trip. Yeah, it's okay. It's part of life. The biggest issue. You guys know I'm working at Target. Okay. I'm 6'2". To stock shelves on the lower level, I got to get really low. And again, I'm 54. I feel great. I'm in pretty darn good shape for my age, but getting up and squat, does my philosophy play a role in my life? Does philosophy play any role? I'm certain it has. We all have philosophies. We all have things we kind of believe in and we don't believe in, and things that make us tick and make us individuals. So I would say, yes, philosophy has something to do in my life. I'm definitely taller than 6'2". Jack, you've never even met me. Do I have a life motto? No. I don't have a life motto, but I try and get a little better every day. I try and smell the roses. I try and share some joy and some love and smile and hold doors open and encourage people. That's not a life motto. I'm going to have another bite of my bagel. My bagel was toasted. I actually have two in here. One's got strawberry cream cheese. Oh, yeah. But music, I forget what your name is, other mantras. All of my videos is just me saying random stuff. None of this is is prepared. Ah! I just get talking. Drinking coffee. And random, hello Jessica, random stuff comes out. Would I rather have Mexican food or Italian food? I mean, I'd be happy either way. And I'd say Italian food's my favorite. There's nothing better than a meat lasagna with meat sauce and plenty of cheese. And Mexican food's damn good though too. I mean, I love burritos. I love going to those burrito joints and getting a half steak, half chorizo with sour cream. If I'm feeling wealthy, I'll order some avocado on there. If I'm not, I'll go without it. And I like the tortilla a little extra crispy. What's my favorite thing to cook at home? Frozen pizzas. Home run in frozen pizzas, without a doubt. Oh. So, what time is it? Wow, I talked for like half an hour. It's so fun being on location. Again, it's so fun, I say. I'm sitting here in the cold, suffering for my art. Suffering for my art. I could be sitting at home, but honestly, that was going to stress me out. That was just going to stress me out. What should we do? What angle do you want? I'll go this way. That was just going to stress me out so bad. What can you see behind? Can you guys see the river? Maybe you can, maybe you can't. Toilet paper roll over. It's definitely over. Are you warm, properly bundled up? Jack Taylor, I appreciate that you care. Well, let me see. What am I wearing? I'm wearing my Coffee with Ken sweatshirt. By the way, there were two discolorations. I'd call them stains, but I'm not sure what they were. But they were kind of two dark spots on there. And there were times in my life that I would throw out a piece of clothing for such dark spots or stains. And I realized you don't have to. You could go. Imagine that. Target sells a whole lot of stain removers. And I'd sprayed the crap out of it. I took a bath while the stain remover soaked in. And when I got out of the tub, I said, that's enough time. And I started the wash, and the stains are gone. Yeah, I think overs. I feel like I try not to. Frozen pizza, the next level. Pensy Spices. We have a Pensy Spice, I think, here in downtown Naperville, actually. Yeah, I definitely think, and I try and understand people of different beliefs and different backgrounds and different things, but I struggle with people that would think the toilet paper should go underneath. The toilet paper should go under the roll. You got to look for it then. You got to kind of go like this. Look for it and try and find it back there. Versus when it comes out on top, it's just sitting there saying, hello. Hello, Ken. I'm here for you. I don't want to get too into that. But I could. Again, I think I'm a little too immature. What was I too immature for? A lot of things. Oh, to be named Richard. No accents. Somebody asked if I can do accents. No. I don't even try and do voices or imitations. I mean, I never think, I'm going to use a funny voice. You know, it's never a thought. I just kind of switch my tone and inflection for whatever suits the need. Like I got that squirrel's coming back. I'm going to show you. Look at him. He sees me eat my bagel. Hello, little squirrel. Hello, little squirrel. You want my bagel, don't you? You're not going to get it. Can squirrels eat bagels? But I read the sign. It said, don't feed the wildlife. They can get aggressive and attack tourists. Portillo's, I love a good beef sandwich. I'm a big fan of Portillo's because you know what you're getting. The food's good. But I kind of like joints a little better. Like people, when I was talking about burritos a minute ago. Like Chipotle isn't my favorite burrito joint. I'd rather kind of go where some authentic, like, I don't know, Italian dude's making a beef and sausage sandwich, some big fat guy with a greasy apron and makes it huge and messy and slimy and throws a crazy amount of green peppers on the sandwich. Versus Portillo's, you know they're going to exactly allocate as much beef as they're supposed to, and it's going to come out exactly how you expect it, and which there's a benefit to. But when it comes to like burritos or gyros or Italian beef, in a perfect world, I'd go to a joint. Bye bye, Shannon. Are you going? You're still talking. Oh, meat. I just got a taste for a gyro. I love gyro meat. If I could have what I wanted for lunch, I'd be really fat. I would eat a burrito. Again, half treats or half steak with sour cream, extra crispy on the tortilla. I would eat a gyro the next day. I would eat an Italian beef and sausage combo with sweet peppers on the third day. On the fourth day, I might rest. I might rest. Hello!
Morning.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm well. It's a beautiful day to be walking.
Yeah, I think you rented us a condo in Four Lakes.
I rented you a condo in Four Lakes. What's your name?
I'm Allison Weiner.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Do you still live there?
No, we, so, like a few years ago it got sold.
Okay.
We moved to Naperville.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, Ken Tracy.
yeah.
Are you on social media?
I am.
Do you follow me on Coffee with Ken?
I do.
Oh, awesome. I'm doing a live show right now. Can I show you?
Sure.
There's Allison and her dog. I apparently rented Allison. I remember that. Yeah, well, awesome to see you. Thanks for saying hi. The internet connection sucks in my home.
Oh, really?
So I'm here because it's good here. I think there's a hole in the Verizon spot, like right where my home is.
Yeah.
And so if I go live, the signal kind of comes and goes, and that's frustrating.
Well, it's a nice day to be live out here.
That's what I decided while I have a dog named Holly. You may know that because, yeah, I was walking and I go, hey, it's nice enough. I'm going to come down here.
Yeah, nice.
Allison, thanks so much for saying hey.
Yeah, no problem.
Bye-bye. Yeah. Look up Jim's Shoe Sandwich. Jim's Shoe Sandwich? Do I know that gyro meat has gluten? Do I care that gyro meat has gluten? I don't know. I worked at Outback Steakhouse about 10 years ago as a waiter. The nice thing about, by the way, my fingers are now retracted into my hands. My fingers are no longer in the finger holes because my hands are getting a little cold. And I'm almost famous. Nice thing about being a waiter is that the pay can be fairly good. And when you're kind of between things or struggling in areas of your life or getting a divorce or you're a realtor and it's slow, you can put on your apron and serve food and make a decent amount of money. Anyway, it's a hard job. And so I worked at Outback Steakhouse for a while. For me, it was a hard job because I stress a lot about the details and think everything should be perfect, even my service. And my service is not perfect. I got shaky hands. I'm not magical. Sometimes the food's not cooked right. Sometimes it's slow. Sometimes their water might not be filled to the rim. But all of those details stress me out. So when I'm a waiter, I'm feeling stressed as heck and frantic as heck and anxious and all sorts of things. But anyway, my point was I worked at Outback Steakhouse about 10 years ago as a waiter, and they had a gluten-free menu. And I'm not totally sure what gluten is. Is gluten like wheat? I think gluten's like wheat. I mean, I don't obviously worry about it a whole heck of a lot. Does the gyro meat actually have gluten? Or is it in the pita? Oh, I don't know. But I'm kind of cold. Top 3 food. I love gluten. I kind of think I do too. I think gluten probably tastes good. Hello.
Morning.
Nice day for a walk.
Sure is.
They're probably jealous of my bagels. Now, Jack, I'm not totally sure if you're joking. I think you're joking. I don't think you can spring. Somebody said, Jack, my man. Man, good call. Somebody asked where my coffee is. I appreciate that. And again, for a while, I had moderators on here to keep the trolls to a minimum because the trolls love me. But I also have had people whose sole job was to remind me to drink my coffee. Oh, thank you. I mean, okay. You know what's awesome about a Yeti? It'll keep your drink hot and cold forever. But there's times like this, and I'm glad the liquid inside is staying nice and hot. Okay, well, I apologize. I get a lot of trolls. I'd rather lose one good person and rid myself of 20 trolls. But anyway, there's times like this where I want to hold my cup and feel the warmth. You know what I mean? But if that was happening, it wouldn't be insulating the coffee and keeping it nice and hot inside. User, why don't you put a name on your thing? Why do you want me to know you as... I have somebody that said I blocked him once. Is user 519-3824929433493. You know why TikTok requires so many numbers? Because they allow fake accounts. So there's half the accounts on TikTok are fake. You know, if they stopped allowing it, user, all those numbers could be just user, I don't know, 727. Or even 727,000. But, I mean, I don't know how many digits that is. I think that's got to be in the billions or something. And, I mean, I guess they're planning ahead. Facebook's got billions of people following them. I wonder if that number's actually gone down. Speaking of shorting things, I'd short Facebook stock big time. It fell hard. It was up to 360, I don't know, a year and a half ago. And fell down, I think, to 87 a few months back. And it's since bounced back all the way up to 200. And I think it's about 170. And if I could place a bet, I would bet against Facebook. I'll tell you that. Oh, well, thank you. Somebody's sending me love. GC Mafia, how are you? Nothing is real. What do you mean, Jack Taylor? How long should I talk for? B. Scribs, you're not my child, are you? I got a couple girls on TikTok. Oh, and my daughter Morgan FaceTimed me yesterday. And, yeah, I should try some heated gloves. My daughter Morgan FaceTimed me yesterday. And she was waiting for her friends to come over. Apparently she was watching a show called Outer Banks. I've never seen Outer Banks. I asked her, hey, is it set in North Carolina? Because I think the Outer Banks are the beaches or whatever off the shores of North Carolina, I think. She didn't know. So apparently they don't talk about it too much, if that is the case. She said, she asked me about my Target job and joked with me about my trainer. I was in training for a week. And the guy that trained me is a real nice, good, cool guy, younger guy, walks like a so fast. Amazingly fast. It's hard to keep up with him. I mean, I almost have to break into a trot. Way to go! Good morning to you. Guy's in shorts and no gloves, no hat, and a sweatshirt. When I was young, it's so funny. You see, like, there's a bunch of high schools in Naperville. There's, I don't know, 4 or 5. I mean, if you count part of Aurora, actually. So you'll see packs of high school runners run by. And sometimes you'll see them, and it'll be like a 50-degree day or something, and half of them will have their shirts off. And I used to be one of those kids. I think when you're kids, I don't know if you feel cold. I'm sure we've all seen it. Oh, speaking of the devil, there's a group of runners by. There's some pushing strollers. Way to go, man! Way to go! Looking good. What's that? Way to go, way to go, way to go! We got some stroller pushers. We got some dog runners. It looks like there already is a running club. Oh my gosh. Way to go! Looking good. They're wondering what this fool is doing sitting outside in the cold. Oh yeah, I was talking about kids going to school. Kids going to school wearing t-shirts. And it's like 30 degrees. And they're wearing t-shirts. Walking down the street. Jack Taylor, I can't rank the Naperville high schools. Oh, I can! You know what's so funny? I instinctively just said I can't. I was a realtor for 17 years. Oh my gosh, by the way. I'm currently working at Target stocking shelves. And I'll tell you what, I feel good working at Target stocking shelves. I hated being a realtor. I can't emphasize that enough. I'm outgoing and social and wave to people, so I kind of did okay. But at its core, I hated it. There's so many rules. And Jack Taylor just asked me to rank the schools in Naperville. And I told him I couldn't. Because as a realtor, you can't say anything like that. You can't say anything. Hello, Julie Flanagan. Okay, so I'm going to rank the schools in Naperville according to where, if my girls live in Oswego. But I do have two children. I mean, they're babies. It's going to be a long time. Yeah, but I can do it now, Jack Taylor. I can do it now. Do you know what I mean? I could say it now. I literally couldn't even rank the schools in Naperville. I could lose my license for making any reference or saying that's a good school. As a realtor, you can't say that's a good school, or this is a great neighborhood, or this is a great house for a family. It's so silly. It is so silly. But anyway, if I was to rank the schools in Naperville, I'm only going to do this, and I almost feel bad. I'm only going to go too deep. I'm going to only go too deep because I don't want to rank them all the way down. There's 5 that are in the 203, 204 school system. But if I was to send my kids to anywhere, Naperville Central would be the number 1 school I'd send them to. It's in downtown Naperville. Their color is red. It was the original Naperville High School. And the Naperville school system, and I'm sure this applies to all the school systems, or all the high schools here, have a lot of money. And they pour a lot of money into their schools. So yeah, Naperville Central. And honestly, where my children live now will feed into Naperville Central. Thank you, Biggie. Biggie? Is that like the rapper Biggie? What time is it? 8:47. I'm going to do a bunch of videos today. Feels so weird having the day off. I enjoy working at Target so much. I wish I was working. I mean, obviously I need the money too. That helps. But I mean, honestly, it feels good going in, working, saying hi, being friendly. I get to do this, but to customers. Hope the customers like that I comment on their food selections. Oh, I see you're picking the Butterfinger, customer. I like Butterfingers too. Do a Target one. I've been waiting. I'll say aesthetic. So, I think Naperville Central's, where I'd want my kids going. Again, it's probably a quarter mile that way, or I don't know, a third of a mile that way. I mean, Naperville North's only a mile that way. And then Nequa. I mean, all the schools are great, and they all get great rankings, and they all do well and educate the kids well. And one of the great things about Naperville is the school systems here are some of the best in the state. Again, it's a beautiful town, great downtown. It's a river town, and I think that gives it a special charm in the summer. You'll see kayaks cruising by. Good morning, Ryan. And just a beautiful, beautiful town. And it feels good to have spent my morning here with you guys, drinking some coffee and eating an orange, eating part of my bagel. But I am cold, and I am going to sign off here. But this was fun. This was a lot of fun for me. I really enjoyed it. Do you hear those geese? I'm a little scared of geese. I talked about that earlier. They're like Wolverines with wings. But anyway, I want to thank you guys so much for joining me today. Whew, my fingers are really cold. And I hope you follow my page. I hope you enjoy my videos. I hope you have an awesome, awesome day. I hope you're staying warm if you're in a climate like me. It's not that cold. I hope you're feeling good. You got a great, great night's sleep. Because I got an awesome night's sleep last night, and it felt good. Thank you, Joy. And I've had a great morning already, and I'm so excited about my day. and not even sure what the day holds. I think I'm going to go over to Starbucks right now and get some coffee. I might reach out to my ex-wife and see if my little angel, beautiful daughter, I got a beautiful daughter named Eve, who's just 4 months old, is available to hang out with her dad this morning, because I love holding her and showing her off and kissing on her. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to my day, and I hope you do as well. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Saturday. I hope you are, again, feeling good. I hope you're loving yourself. I hope you're forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.